Should we have an intro?
This is our podcast intro. Hello.
That was a bad way to start. I literally just start picking my nose.
I feel like I start these the same every time. Like, I feel like every time I'm just like...
I think you don't know what to do.
I think I don't.
Hi, guys. This is HTS Podcast. I'm Oscar. This is Sofia. She's my sister. I'm her brother.
Burly.
This is our podcast, the HTS Podcast. We just catch up on the week and keep in touch with each other's lives because we don't live together anymore.
Because he abandoned me.
Sometimes it's pretty funny, so thanks for coming back. I was on our channel, our YouTube channel, this one, and I was looking at the videos and stuff, and I saw that there were comments on a video that I hadn't seen before. I don't remember if they were a short or an actual video. I want to say it was a short. Anyways, they're so hateful. I kind of found them hilarious.
People are hateful,
and
yeah.
I want to read them to you.
Oh, okay. Read them to me.
They're hateful towards you specifically.
That's okay. I'm a bad bitch. People are going to be jealous. Like, it's just normal.
Oh, I guess it was one of the bear videos, one of the man or bear videos.
Oh.
One person goes, "I'd just leave her in the woods." Like
if
you.
He was the man?
If he got caught. No, if he was the man and you were the woman that he was stuck with in the woods, he would just abandon you. Like,
that's fine. I would prefer that. Thank you.
But that's funny.
Feel free to leave.
That's funny to me.
Yeah. I think that's funny because I feel like it was meant to be an insult, but I think most women
would be like, that's the best case scenario.
Yep. Oh my god, Oscar, literally yesterday at the gym. I was at the gym, right? It was already nighttime. It wasn't super late. I think it was 9-ish to 10, 9-ish to 10-ish. And I'm there and it's empty because it's already later. And there's all the free weight benches and I'm in the very corner. The very corner. No one else is there. No one's there.
Am I allowed to laugh at this story?
Yes. And this fucking guy sits at the bench right next to mine. And I'm like, really? Out of all of these free ones, that's the one you decide to go to? Really? And I was just like, you know what? Whatever. I was already done. I just needed one more set from the exercise I was doing. So I'm like, whatever. Just fucking whatever. I finish my set. I do 15 of these little ones, the curls to the body, 15 for arms, 15 of those, right? And then I go to another machine that's away from the free benches, right? Tell me why. I moved to that other machine. And this guy goes to the one right next to the one I'm doing.
Let me ask you a
question. I was there, and the thing is, hold on, it gets worse. I was there for 15 sets. And you know what? Anyone who goes to the gym, you see how long the guys will be
you're a gym bro now.
You will see how long these men are taking up the benches because they're doing all of their fucking weight. And it's fine. It's
everything.
I take a long time too, but I'm just annoyed because I still need to use it, but it's all taken up, right? I was there for one fucking set and he had just gotten there. And then he left a little bit after I left to the one right next to me. And you know what? I was just you know what? Whatever. It could be a coincidence. Maybe he was I'm going to do this, but actually, you know what?
I was going to say, are you ever going to believe that it's a coincidence?
I'm he could have changed his mind. I still had the possibility in my head that it was a coincidence. Until I went to the fucking treadmills. And right next to the treadmills in the gym I go to, there's a little sitting area. And you know where this guy went? 30 seconds after I left to the treadmills? To the little seating area. And there's 5 people at the gym. Me and him included. And I'm are you once an accident, twice is a coincidence, but 3 fucking times is a pattern. Don't fucking tell me.
Where'd you get that from? That's pretty well put together. You didn't come up with that.
I'm so smart. But anyways, and he's at that little thing sitting facing me because I'm facing the wall. He's facing this way in the little seating area watching and I don't know if he was looking at me specifically. Out of the corner of my eye, I could tell he was on his phone and he would look up every now and then. And I could have sworn he was looking at me. It could have been paranoia. It could have been there's only 5 people at the gym. I don't know. But that was already too many fucking times. You know what I mean? And then he went to the restroom. And the thing is, I have like everything on me. Like I have my keys in my pocket. My phone's like right there. I have everything on me. And as soon as he like dipped to the restroom, I was like, fuck this. I cut my like walking short and I just like went to my car and I left. Because it's night. There's so little people at the gym. Yeah. And he's like, and it's like, and I could see him like, there's mirrors. I could see him like looking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not with the treadmill, but with the first two, I could. But I was so annoyed. And this guy, he was like in his like early 40s, late 30s. Like he was old. Like I'm like, sir.
I think girls attribute behaviors to creepiness when a lot of times it's actually to like awkwardness. Mm-hmm. Like I think it's possible that guy genuinely wanted to just say hi or just like flirt.
He's a whole grown ass man.
Hold on.
I'm a child.
That's besides the point.
No,
don't say that, asshole. You make me look like an asshole when I dismiss it. You're not a child. You're 23.
I know.
Anyways,
I'm just a girl.
It's possible. Well, if he's in his 40s, then it's possible because he might not have had he might not have been a womanizer exactly. Anyways, my point is, I think girls don't understand what it's like to be a guy that's scared to hit on a girl. Like, do not understand it. And a lot of times things happen and it goes wrong, and it's not because you're an asshole, and it's not because you're creepy, and it's not because you're this or that. It's because you don't know what you're doing, and because you were scared. And I think that situation happens a lot more often than people realize. Like a lot of people make an argument where they're like, the majority of dudes between 18 and 24 have one sexual partner. One. And it's not because they're assholes or they're creepy or they're this or they're that or they're whatever. It's because a lot of dudes don't know what the fuck they're doing. A lot of dudes are unconfident. A lot of dudes don't know how to hit on girls. A lot of dudes are not in that top 10% of fucking like ideal attributes. You know, yeah. A lot of dudes are not tall. A lot of dudes are not skinny and buff. A lot of dudes don't have great hair. A lot of dudes aren't good looking. A lot of dudes aren't this. A lot of dudes aren't that. And so it's that kind of shit where like you can go wrong. You can fail in your pursuit. Yeah, you can fail in your pursuit, and it can come off a lot worse than it actually was. You know what I mean? Like a guy could go up to a girl and he could try and flirt, and he might offend her, but he wasn't trying to offend her. And that's the distinction that I think people don't. I think people, and this is across the board. This isn't even just with hitting on girls. I think people have too much disregard for intention. You know what I mean? It's like when you make a joke and it offends someone. It's like, okay, but can you at least acknowledge that I wasn't trying to offend you?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I
and I feel like that goes back to the whole, and I feel like that goes back to the whole, well, how much should you weigh intention versus action? Like, how much should what count for what?
I
know what I mean?
I think fucking intention gets nothing.
Yeah.
And so it's that kind of thing where it's like, as a guy who's fucked up hitting on girls before, it's not that simple. It's not as simple as he's either a creep who's behaving like a creep, or he's a good guy who does everything perfectly and walks up to you and is super respectful. And you know what I mean? Like it's really hard to check every box on that ideal scenario of being good looking and walking up at the right time and having the right intro and saying it in the right way with the right phrasing, with the right tone, with the right look on his face, with the right that's really fucking hard.
I feel like honestly,
it's hard to
me,
do.
The way.
Hold on, real quick, because I'm gonna forget this. It's hard to do, first of all, and I think what a lot of girls don't realize is that list of if it goes this, and this way, I'm okay with being hit on in public. That list changes for every fucking girl.
Yeah.
And you'd never know
everyone
what the fuck
has
you're
a
coming
personal.
against.
Yeah, everyone has a
you know what I mean?
personal
Like,
preference
some
on
girls,
like what's okay and
like
what's not
you,
okay.
If a guy yells at you from across the gym, damn girl, you thick as fuck, right? You're gonna be offended by that.
I think most women would be though. Like that specifically.
Hold on. I think you would be surprised how many women would feel complimented. It's like I was telling you with the homies the other day. They hit on girls in a certain way, and the problem is that it works with some of them.
Yeah.
So it reinforces their behavior. They believe that that's the way to go because it's worked before.
Yeah.
It's that type of shit where it's like the things that you can't believe would work, I promise you they would fucking work on something.
I'm sure that like it's like this thing, no one's the same. Like we can say
Exactly.
like generalization and all that, but for me personally, because I can't speak to like all women, I think the only person I can like confidently like be like, no, yeah, this is what they would think and not think is like Celeste, our sister.
Yeah.
But and like mom. But for me personally, the way you come up, like you come across, like let's say that guy did come, like eventually, like I moved after the treadmills, I went somewhere else, and then he followed me there too, and he was like, okay, you know what? And then he tried to talk to me, and I show my lack of interest because there was a lack of interest. Be like, hey, nah, I have a boyfriend. For me, what speaks more, like bigger volumes about the type of person you are, is how you handle the rejection. Yeah, like not true. Like I could. Like
think
if I'm like,
be more important to you.
Like I feel like if I was like, nah, got a boyfriend, which is not true, But
if Sofia ever rejects you by telling you she has a boyfriend, she thinks you're fucking ugly, bro.
I'm just not interested.
Because you're fucking ugly.
No, stop, you're so mean. And if I'm like, nah, I got a boyfriend, and if that other dude's like, I don't see him, immediately like, fuck you, dude. Like, I have no interest in trying to spare your feelings anymore and being cordial and being whatever. But if the dude who followed me to 4 different machines, we'll say, hypothetically, was like, oh, like, okay, and then fucked off, at that point in my head, I would have probably been like, he was just probably trying to like gain the confidence.
Yeah, he was fucking talking himself up to it.
But then he left and like, whatever. But that didn't happen.
It's that type of shit too, where like, I think if a guy follows a girl to 3 different machines in the gym, I think every single time that girl's gonna go, that guy's a creep who is fucking stalking me. Never.
I go more so in my head. I went, this is making me uncomfortable.
Oh, okay. And would you call him a creep?
I would say he's a weirdo.
That's a creep. It's the same thing.
Especially
no one.
The age difference.
That's my point. That's my point too. Is that no one is ever gonna take a moment to say maybe he's talking himself up to it. And I think him talking himself up to it doesn't necessarily happen more often than being a creep, but I think it happens more than you would believe. Like, you know what I mean?
I can see that. My thing is, this guy was old. And I look young. Like,
motherfucker, I don't think you know how many 23-year-olds want to be fucking with 40-year-olds.
They got daddy issues. Lot. I don't got that much daddy issues.
It's a lot. I don't know if you know. I don't know if you realize how many 23-year-olds don't want to date anyone between 21 and 26 because they write 21 and 26-year-olds off as dumbass, immature losers that have nothing going for them. And 23-year-olds think they belong with 30, 32-year-olds. Just because they have fucking whatever careers and this and that and whatever the fuck. Like,
well, he was trying to settle up the wrong course if that was his line of thought.
Second comment.
Oh yeah,
I have 3.
Oh my god, what's the second comment?
If I see you 2 in the forest, I would be choosing the bear.
Us 2, like you and me.
Because the video was of you and I discussing the man or bear thing.
Yeah.
And then this person was like, if I see you 2 in the forest, I'm picking the bear. Like, we're both fucking idiots. Like, I don't know if he thinks we're both idiots or we're both assholes or what.
No. But he thinks that we're both so strong that we would fuck him up. And he thinks he has a better chance with the bear.
That shit made me laugh so much. He's like, if I saw you guys in the forest, I would pick the bear.
That's funny.
I think he's just calling us fucking idiots.
I think so,
in the most like hilarious way.
I agree. I concur.
Anyway, that's enough for that comment.
Wait. And the third comment?
This is the third comment. This is the most hateful, and it made me laugh the most. It makes me laugh in like almost a satirical way where it's like, how can you be this bothered?
Yeah.
By something this
It's because we have the power to bother people.
You know what I mean? Like,
because they don't have the power to not be bothered, actually, is more
That's accurate. What makes me laugh. And it's like, how can you be this mad at something that matters this little?
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost like pathetic. And it's like, it makes me laugh, right?
Yeah, guy, you're pathetic. Just kidding.
This is what he says.
What did he say?
He goes, man, this woman is exhausting and stupid to no end.
Wait, was it the one where I was like, you think I could outrun a bear? Was it that one?
It might have been that one. I don't know. I should have screenshotted which one it is.
That's
but
funny.
It's like,
I feel like Honestly,
that makes me feel like he's watched a lot of our videos.
Honestly, I feel like it's the men who comment that where I'm like, I don't want to be alone with you in the woods, sir. Like, you're the men that I'm trying to avoid. Like,
well, actually, I think that guy would be more like, oh, you're an idiot. You're gonna get me killed. Get away from me. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Anyways,
no, because like I feel like if you're so like, it's like what you were saying. Like, if you're so bothered to the point where you have to like, two strangers that you've never met, like, it's a little weird, sir. Like, I mean, pop off, but like a little weird. I'm not gonna lie.
So, but that sounds to me like he's watched plenty of our videos.
I don't know. If he has, though, that makes that comment even more stupid.
Like, and you exhaust him. You know what I mean?
Exhaust him. Yeah. What can I say? I'm just a girl.
My fucking back hurts. My back doesn't hurt, but I'm like sore everywhere.
You know how the saying is like, I'm just a girl. I like I'm just a lady better. Like, it feels, I'm just a lady.
Just a girl.
I feel like it. Oh, did you see in Coachella where she's like, only the boy? Oh, well, she was singing that song, right?
Who's she?
And she's like, literally the song you were singing.
I don't know who the fuck sings that.
Gwen Stefani.
I know who that is. Sure. I didn't know she sang that.
I'm pretty sure. Fuck you. Watch me
you
be
don't
wrong.
Even know.
I hope I'm not wrong. I'm like 98% sure. But anyways, she was at Coachella and she was like, only the boys. I'm just a girl. And then she like goes back and it's like all these, I'm just a girl. It's hilarious. I love it.
That is funny.
But yeah. And then she goes, I'm just a girl.
And then they do it
and like it's like you could tell it's significantly less.
There's never been a better time to do that type of shit because all the guys are gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because not even just like I was gonna be like not even just like the gay guys will do it. No, like the guys will do it because it's like acting gay with the boys is more popular than ever nowadays. You know what I mean? Like,
I think that's so funny. Like seeing it, it's so funny that like it's with the homies, like the whole man.
Kissing the homies and all that shit.
Kissing the homies, yeah. It's like, man, I would fuck you, but like no homo. Like, you know, like that whole thing is so funny. Like the way they switch up so fast. Like it's like but only like in my head.
But we can't hold hands.
Not actually. Like, yeah. Like I can fuck you, but we're not kissing.
Renee sends us so many videos like that. Where it's like,
I think it's because Renee wants to kiss you.
It's so many
and
like
not hold your hand.
You ever seen the type of videos where it's like me looking at my homie's bride in her wedding dress, knowing it should be me in that dress, like that kind of shit.
Yeah,
like constantly. And it was funny because Renee sends us a bunch of videos. Renee sends us a bunch of videos to me and Michael. And a lot of them are like being gay with the homies type shit. And then there was this one, I don't even remember what the fuck it was, but it was like really dark, fucked up humor type shit. Mm-hmm. And then both me, because we never respond to anything. We watch we send videos and then we just react with like likes or laughs. Emojis. Mm-hmm. We rarely ever comment. Sometimes I'll send shit and I'll be like, this is Renee or something. Mm-hmm. But Renee sent this one and it was like, okay, like that's a bit much. And to the point where Michael was literally like, "Jeez," and I was like, "Jesus!" Like, Michael was like, "Jeez," and I was like, "Where the fuck do you find this shit?" Like,
it's just on his For You.
Yeah, and he was like, "My Instagram knows me very well." That shit's weird to me though. It's like, it's funny to me.
What?
It's very interesting to me.
Oh, being gay with your homies?
No. Well, yes, but but here's why. I think I'm a pretty feminine guy, right? Mm-hmm. Historically and currently. But then there's certain feminine things that like I don't have any care to participate in, right? And it's weird to me where the line is drawn for some things and not for others, mm-hmm. right? So like some people think wrestling is gay, like for real, right? No, like for real, like actually. You're crawling around with another man, like right?
You know who's the biggest? Hold on, real quick. While on that topic, you know who's the biggest reason why people think like that? Renee, because he's all being cold. He pokes your guys' booty holes when wrestling.
Yeah, shut up. Anyways, it's that type of shit where like people genuinely think wrestling is gay, right? And I've wrestled, and I don't think it's gay. But then there's certain type of shit where like painting your nails as a dude, I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with anybody else doing it.
But you personally won't
do this. But I will not do it because I have no desire to fucking do it. You know what I mean? Or the type of shit where like, you know, where dudes let their girlfriends do their makeup. Not doing that. You know what I mean? Like Samira has tried to do my makeup before, and it's that type of shit where she's like, "Oh, can we do your makeup?" And I'm like, "No." And she's like, "Nah, come on, please." And I'm like, "No."
If
And
it's
she's
like,
like, "For real?" Like, and I'm like, "Fucking no." Like, why is it so? What is? I don't think girls know what no means either. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's a joke. Someone's gonna get really mad. I think some people could potentially get really mad at that. I'm just playing. Anyways, is that type of shit where like I've done what I think people would consider to be gay things, right? Like I've wrestled, I took dance in high school,
I kissed
this, I that.
Perkins.
I've done, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've participated in traditionally feminine things. Well,
Yeah.
wrestling isn't traditionally. Anyways, I'm a pretty feminine guy, right?
Yeah.
But when it comes to being gay with the homies, I don't do that. And I
Yeah.
don't understand why guys do it. Because, like, some things I can understand.
They need a
Some things
feminine outlet.
You know what I
and
mean?
have
Like,
no
this whole
weapons.
thing where, like, I don't know. Well, I don't know exactly how far it goes. Like, I can understand joking about it and shit.
Joking
but
about
then-
it's the best. Like, it's literally
Joking
so
about it is
fun.
funny.
Like, it's
No,
so
joking about it is funny.
Yeah.
But then there's guys that will, like, smack each other's asses, like, for real and, like, bend over and, like, fucking, you know what I mean? Throw it back on them and all this type of shit. And I'm like, I don't have any desire to do that. Like, no thanks.
I'm good.
I'll pass. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get it. I'm not gonna do it. No thanks. You know what I mean? And it's that type of shit. And it's funny to me where, like, it's interesting to me where the line is drawn in people's heads. You know what I mean? Because,
I
like,
think.
no, I don't want to say that. Go ahead.
Don't knock it till you try it, Oscar.
Oh my god. You know what I mean? Is that type of shit, or like what's should we say more gay or more feminine?
What is showing more attraction to the same sex?
Wrestling. Or twerking.
Or twerking.
Like as a guy, if you're a guy that wrestles, you're a guy that twerks.
But the thing is, I feel like I have a biased review because you were in wrestling, and I never saw that like as a.
No, I'm asking you. Which one do you think is more feminine for a guy to do?
I would say twerking.
I wouldn't twerk. Like that's not.
Yeah. No, but that's why I'm
something I
saying.
care to
Like, I
engage
think I
in.
do have a biased view on that. You know what I mean?
But you know what I mean? That's my point. My point is like there are other things where I'm like, nah, like I'm good. I don't want to do that. And if someone asks me why, and I'm like, because I don't like.
That's just
no
not
thanks.
For me.
Doesn't feel like me. Not something I enjoy. You know what I mean? Like.
Have you ever twerked before?
No.
Then
like,
how do you know you won't enjoy it, Oscar?
I got no business putting my hands on my knees and throwing my ass at someone.
You don't have to put it on your knees. You can have it up in the air like this.
Nah,
or like on
that's
the table.
Worse. That's worse. Those are all worse.
I know.
You know what I mean?
So much
like,
funnier.
It's that type of shit where it's like, I don't know. It's interesting to me.
No, you know what makes me sad? I can't twerk.
That was a turn.
Yeah. It's because we're talking about twerking, and like I can't.
Oh, you already said it. You can't.
No, I can't twerk, and it makes me sad.
That makes me happy.
I know that makes you happy, but it makes me sad. And the thing is, I don't even go out to clubs or anything, so like, there's no. But like, it's so hard. Like, I have so much respect for women who just like I'm just like, oh my god, how do you make your body move like that? Like, that's hard. Like, as someone like who used to like dance and shit, you know what I mean? I just could never get the hang of it. Like, I just can't. And I've had like lessons with like my friends who could. They're like, look, just do it like this. And I just can't. Like, I just can't. It's so hard. It really is. Yeah. You're still laughing. I'm being so dead ass.
My face hurts.
I like how far, like how different this fucking. It went from like super serious in the beginning, and like now you're all just dying because I can't twerk. Like, you know, that's funny. But yeah, isn't that sad? I feel like I failed as a woman, because I can't twerk. You know,
that's objectifying.
Yeah.
Anyways, not to be that guy. What were we talking about?
Femininity in men.
Oh, being gay with the homies.
Yeah.
Yeah, or shit like that, where like dudes like blow kisses at each other and shit. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't give me a tingly feeling I enjoy. Like, no thanks. Like, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
but it's not about the feeling you would get. It's about the feeling you're giving your homie.
I think that's part of it too. Where I think part of it is the kind of like taboo is a strong word, and I don't mean it seriously. Part of
You don't
it
mean it
is
like men can't like men, but like
yeah, I don't mean like
I
that.
get what you
That
mean.
it's actually taboo. But I think part of why people engage in that behavior is because there's a tingly feeling of like it feels wrong, but in a funny, good way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wrong relative to being a straight man, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not wrong in itself. Jeez, I hate that we have to explain this. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you guys know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think that's part of it, where it's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't get that feeling. You know what I mean? It just feels like.
You know what also
thank
sucks,
you.
Oscar? I feel like this is generally like kind of a more universal experience, I would say, hopefully, amongst both men and women. I could be wrong, but this is how I feel. Like, flirting is hard when you actually like the person.
Yeah.
Like, because I can flirt with my friends so easy. I could say, like, the raunchiest shit ever. Or, like, be, like, I'll be a Rizzler. You know what I mean?
You know
but,
what?
Like,
hold on.
But I can't.
Hold on.
Like, if I am the most awkward fucking person you will ever meet. If I actually like
want to hit on
like you know what I mean?
Oh, I think
like
that's,
if I'm
I think
like
that's a lot of people.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think
people.
it's like a universal thing, and I'm like, what? This is so annoying. Like,
I've seen Sofia compliment her friends before on like Instagram and stuff. It's fucking gross. Like,
I'm no better than a man.
One time,
or is that the saying?
One time, yeah, but I don't like that saying. It's like,
Oh,
why would you be? Fuck you. You know what I mean? Get out of here. But you're joking, so like,
Yeah.
I won't take it seriously, right?
Yeah.
You're joking. Anyways,
I am joking.
I've seen Sofia. Well, I know you're joking, but I think it's that typical thing where like, yeah, some people are genuinely joking and some people are not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I digress. I've been on like Instagram pages and like gone to the comments just for fun and seen Sofia in there fucking like
I hype my friends up.
And I'm like, you never speak that way at home. The fuck? Like,
I'm sorry, Oscar. The next time that you post on your Instagram, I'm gonna call you the sexiest bitch that I ever has graced this planet Earth.
That's gross and weird. I'm your brother. I'm not asking you to do it to me. It's just like every now and then I see a side of Sofia that
I don't
normally see, and I'm not necessarily supposed to, or she doesn't necessarily have to, but it fucking weirds me out. I'm like,
you're your own person other than my sibling.
Yeah, I'm like, who's that guy? Get out of here.
Who's
you know what
guy?
I mean? Like,
no, yeah.
Like sometimes if I'm around Sofia and her friends, I'm like,
he gets weirded out. Like he genuinely does.
I'm
He's like,
I genuinely don't like it.
Yeah,
like,
I know.
I genuinely don't want to be there because I'm like, I don't know anyone here, especially that fucking guy. See you later. Like,
sorry, I know you don't like my personality B. That's why I have personality. Or what's that thing where it's like the personality A, personality B? Oh, you never heard of that? Oh.
Not personality A, personality B. I've heard when you use like it's like when you use friend group 1 personality with friend group 2.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's fucking weird. That's the only thing. Because here's the thing, in my head, it's like, yeah, we're gonna move out to wherever, right? And it's gonna be me and you, and we're not gonna know anybody, and we're not gonna have any family. But Sofia's real friendly, so I'm gonna tell her to make friends with everyone at work and everywhere she goes. Like, if I just told you make as many friends as possible, you would make more friends than me, I think. So then my head is like, we need to meet as many people as possible as soon as possible. Sofia, go meet everyone and get us invited to anything and everything everywhere, right? And I think she could. And I think she'd be like, yo, can I bring my brother? He's like the only family I have here, whatever. And they'd be like, yeah. And then I'd be there and they'd be like, oh, that's your brother? Anyways, I digress. But then I would have to be around Sofia's personality B in that situation. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
nah, honestly, I feel like...
okay, I'll go talk to this person.
It's okay. It's because it's so much easier, I feel like, for like girls to make friends with like people than like you. Because I was gonna say, like, I feel like I could literally go to like Barnes and Nobles and I could be like, oh, hey,
just start a conversation with someone.
Or like if I see someone like with a book that I like, I'm like, oh my god, you should get that book's amazing, you know, and then we could just start talking like, hey, and then I feel like I could very much go to the conversation and be like, hey, like I actually just moved here, like I don't really know, what are you doing, weirdo? I could be
my
like,
butt hurts from this seat because it's metal.
from
So
the
then
seat
I
or
was
from
like-
Perkins?
That's a lot. And I'm not talking about Perkins. I didn't mean that when I said that's a lot. I meant like that joke was going pretty far, but then it clicked in my head and I was like, fuck it, let's send it, right? Anyways, my butt hurts because I've been sitting on the same side of it on the metal chair this whole time, and it's like, you know, that thing when you sit down too long. So then I was just like getting some relief, like just getting off of that section of my butt, and then you were like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Oh no, but I feel anyways, back to what I was saying. Like I could feel like I could go and the conversation could easily lead to me being like, hey, like I actually just moved out here. I don't really like know anybody. Like, do you have Instagram? Yeah, like, oh, whatever. And like, you know what I mean?
I feel like that's a very easy conversation to have.
Yeah, but
I
feel
still
like
think you would do it better than me.
no, but I was saying, but I feel like that's easier for me to do, like just like as a woman, I think, versus you, because I feel like not only it's like talking to a woman, like as a man talking to a woman in public.
Hold on.
It's like what you were saying, like it could go either way. Like it's like everyone has different things. Hold on, I'm not done. And also, like talking
I'm just gonna try and remember what my question is. Go ahead.
Okay, and also like talking to a guy, like as a guy going to talk to another guy and being like, hey, like I don't got friends, you won't be my friend. I feel like there's a lot
That's
of
like sad.
It's like there's a lot. I was gonna say I feel like there's a lot of negative, like kind of like I don't want to go as far as saying toxic masculinity, but like you can't
It's
just
kind of
see
like,
it
who
as
fucking
like
cares if you don't
like
have
yeah,
friends?
like I feel like there's
Yeah, yeah.
less men that think like, oh yeah, like let's be buddies.
I'll be your
than,
friend. Like
yeah, like I feel like that's not really like the vibes, you know?
That's what I was gonna get to, and I think
So-
you already kind of covered it. Are
Yeah.
you talking about it's easier for you as a woman to just randomly make friends with other women, or with people in general, and then me as a guy with people in general? Because I think
I would
with
say
you as a woman,
People in general
woman to
and
woman.
women.
Oh no, I would say woman to woman. Because if you as a girl are randomly, oh, I just moved here, I don't know anybody, with guys, they're gonna think you're
Mhm.
hitting on them.
No, yeah.
So that's not
that is
making
fair.
friend, right? Whereas,
No,
so
yeah, that's
girl to
fair.
guy, they're gonna think you're hitting on them. Guy to girl, they're gonna think I'm hitting on them. I would think. But then still, so that cancels, right?
Mhm.
But then still, girl to girl, that would work more often and with more people than guy to guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, never mind. I was gonna ask, but
You answered it yourself. You're
Yeah.
so smart. Also, I was going to say earlier,
you ever?
I love how Perkins just kind of became like the butt of the joke every time. Like,
I think he's another part of the joke.
are you the butt of the joke, Oscar?
You're not supposed to say it. It ruins the joke.
Anyways, because we were saying that, and it was just funny. Yo, has he, like, honestly, like, when you guys, like, watch the episodes, like, what was it? There was one episode where, like, we were just, like, going hard, like...
Yeah, that was one of the
It's
first
like-
ones, and like
That was
I sat him down and watched it. I was like, "Yo, watch this. It's gonna be funny."
It's
And we
funny.
did. Yeah.
It's funny. But anyways, what were you going to say, though? Oh,
Speaking of
Speaking of.
making friends and like
friends.
guys making friends with guys and girls making friends with girls,
Mhm.
there was I don't remember where I saw it. I think it was on like Something's Burning. Bert Kreischer has a show where he
Mhm.
cooks and he invites guests and he cooks for them, and then it's kind of like they just talk, right? Just hang
Mhm.
out and get to know each other and shit. There was an episode where he was talking about how like back in the day when cell phones started becoming more of a regular thing. This is how much of an idiot Bert Kreischer is. He used to think every time a guy asked him for his phone number, he was hitting on him. He was like, he thought Joe Rogan was gay because he would like got his number and would like call him and shit.
Wait,
And,
so
like-
does that mean that Bert's a little gay too because he gave him his number? Like,
Well, Bert's a lot of gay, but in other ways, you know. No, well, Bert makes jokes about, you know what I mean, shit like that.
Yeah, I'm just
Um,
like, it was.
Yeah,
It's a joke,
but he tells the story. He's like, I used to think everyone was gay and fucking hitting on me and shit. And they're like, why? Like, you psychopath. And he's like, well, here's the thing. Having a phone number and having a cell phone and
That was
having
on
people's
you.
numbers as a main method of communication is way more regular now than it was back in the day. He's like,
Yeah.
back in the day, you were friends with people and you would see them and talk to them, right? And he's like, and the only reason to desire an easier, quicker method of communication is a girl that you were trying to hit on or maybe ask out on a date and you didn't want to wait until the next time you saw her at the office. You know what I mean? is that kind of shit where it's like, what desire do you have to be in better contact with me?
Mm-hmm.
Like for what? Like I see you when I see you.
Yeah.
And we do what we do. You know what I mean? And it was that
Yeah.
kind of thing, which I guess to an extent is semi-reasonable, but it's also hilarious. You know what I mean? This kind of thing
Yeah.
where it's like, you want my number? What are you, gay? Like, you
Hey.
know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that idea?
Bruh. You know who pisses me off so much? The dude from, have you seen or is it the Canceled Podcast? Fuck, I think it might not be the Canceled Podcast. It's the dude where like they mainly just argue about, like, there's this guy and he's like, I am a what is it, a men's right activist, and he specifically brings like feminist, and then he just like his whole purpose is like, we're here to debate, but he just shits on them. Like,
I think the case is always like,
guy,
we don't have the answers.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's the guy who sent you that video one time, and he was like, what would happen if all men disappeared and all that shit?
Yes, it's that fucking idiot.
Those podcasts are dumb as fuck. All of the men versus women podcasts that are hosted by men, and all of the like red pill content and all that shit, that shit's dumb as fuck, because they only select the worst women. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, they go through this like casting screening process where they find the dumbest girls with the most extreme opinions that they're absolutely married to. You know what I mean? Like, they set the whole thing up. You know what I mean? The guys are the worst of the worst on the guys' end, and the girls are the worst of the worst on the girls' end, where the guys have the most extreme opinions, and they're hopefully as smart as possible, and the girls have the most extreme opinions, and they're hopefully as dumb as possible, and they like overinflate the representation in the room. You know what I mean? Or like most guys, and that's the problem. That's the problem on both ends. Where if girls see those podcasts and they're like, see, this is what guys are. They're fucking stupid. No,
I don't.
Most guys are not that.
I think that fucking guy's an idiot.
Most guys aren't that. And on the flip side, most girls aren't the girls that show up there. I don't know if you've ever heard any of the girls on those podcasts speak. They're fucking morons. No, and it's like
there was this one chick. They had brought someone on, and she was like shitting on women for wearing makeup. She's like, women.
Is it Pearl? Is it the redhead?
I don't know. It might have been. I don't. I want to say no. I think that was someone else. But she was like just shitting on women. They're like, yeah, like, God. She was like, that's so fake. And like, if you wear makeup, that just means that you're insecure. And she just like fucking went off. And I was just like, lady, like,
doesn't sound very ally of you or what?
That doesn't. Not just that, but like. It was just, I don't know. I was like, the way that she was like.
It's like, how do you end up there? Like, how do you find these people?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I'm just like, dang. But anyways, no. Because every now and then his videos will pop up like on my thing. And it's one of those things where I don't want to, like, I don't, because you're a fucking idiot. But like, it's one of those things where it's like, it's so ridiculous. I can't help but like.
Watch it so it's like
to be like this fucking
idiot now.
Yes. Yeah. Literally, yes. Look, I was like playing with the flower. I
can't see it.
Hold on, I know I'm showing it at the camera. I'm showing right? I was pressing it into my palm, and look, I gave myself a little stamp. Little stampy stamp. Anyways, I like how it looks. Anyway. I've been doing, honestly, I have like a bunch of those on my legs because I'm wearing shorts. And I've just been like, every time I'm looking down, that's what I'm doing. All right, guys, that's it for this episode. I think got a little more serious. Sorry. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye. Oh, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, that's it. That's all. Maybe next time I'll be less awkward.
Shut up already, bro. Jesus, like.
Anyways, bye.
Subscribe.